Julius Malema has been an enigma in South Africa since he joined the political scene. He is known all over Africa for his fiery, outspoken nature and his inspiring oratory. One thing everybody can agree on about Malema is that he is not afraid to speak out against anybody. Over the years since he became the leader of the economic freedom fighters, Malema has lashed out at everyone from the South African ANC government, the Nigerian government, the Kenyan government, to the US and the West. Malema has been known to cause disruption with his hard words. Without a doubt, it is for this reason that Malema was banned from attending the recent State of the Nation address by President Ramaphosa. The address was to mark the opening of the new parliamentary session. According to the South African court which upheld the ban, Julius Malema, his deputy leader, and 4 other representatives of the EFF will not be allowed to attend the State of the Nation address, an event which happened on Thursday, 8th February 2024. In addition, Malema and his 5 representatives were suspended from the new parliamentary session from February 1st to February 29th, 2024. We are pretty sure that in the coming days, Malema will speak out about how he and his EFF representatives were banned from the State of the Nation address. However, this decision made by the ANC government to ban Malema from the State of the Nation address is not an isolated event. In fact, you can say that they learned from what happened during the State of the Nation address last year. During the 2023 State of the Nation address, this same group of EFF members who were banned this year were the same people who were ordered out of the room by the Speaker for interrupting President Ramaphosa's 2023 speech. Instead of quietly leaving, the group, led by EFF President Julius Malema, jumped on stage and held up signs calling on Ramaphosa to step down. The security had to force them out before they finally left. Aside from this event, over the years and on several occasions, the members of parliament from the EFF have been known to disrupt parliamentary sessions and fought with security officers. One thing is sure, South Africa's parliamentary session will never be boring when Julius Malema and his cohorts are present. It will definitely be fun to watch. In 2008, Malema became the president of the ANC Youth League by a narrow majority, and it was from this point that he started becoming known all over South Africa. After this, he began to rally support for President Zuma, who later became the president of the ANC as well as South Africa. His support for President Zuma was so strong that he once said that he would kill for him. Of course, this statement drew criticism from the public, as did his public singing an ANC liberation song that included the lyrics, "Shoot the Boer," which many regard as a hate speech song. In fact, from 2008 to 2010, Malema was accused of hate speech so many times. In March 2010, he was convicted of having used hate speech about comments he made about a woman who had accused Zuma of rape in 2006. In April of the same year, Malema branded a BBC journalist a bloody agent and threw him out of a press conference, all the while insisting that white South Africans should be treated as criminals for stealing land from black people. All these drew a rebuke from the ANC and President Zuma. In May 2010, Malema was called to a disciplinary hearing. The terms of a plea bargain agreement required him to publicly apologize for his behavior and made him subject to suspension from the party should he engage in similar behavior within the next 2 years. But was that enough to change the fiery Malema? Of course not. Over the following year in 2011, Malema grew in popularity within the ANC Youth League and beyond with his populist message, which included calls for nationalising mines and banks and expropriating white-owned farmland, a message that resonated with many. He was re-elected president of the ANC Youth League in June 2011 and continued his behaviour, which the ANC regarded as disruptive. Everything came to a head in August 2011, when the ANC called for another disciplinary hearing because Malema said that the government in Botswana needed to be overthrown. This statement, together with his criticism of President Zuma in public, led the ANC to charge him with provoking divisions within the organisation, bringing it into disrepute and sowing intolerance. Malema was found guilty in November and suspended for the next 5 years. The fiery leader refused to accept the decision and appealed in February 2012. However, it was rejected because, according to the ANC, Malema continued to be disruptive during the appeal period. When Malema was expelled from the ANC, everybody thought that it was the end of his political career. However, Malema shocked everyone and launched a new party called the Economic Freedom Fighters in 2013. At first, nobody gave the EFF much thought, thinking it would end up being one of those small parties. However, Malema shattered those thoughts about the EFF. From a pretty much insignificant party in 2013, the EFF has grown so big that today it's now the third biggest political party in South Africa and much more popular than the major opposition party, the Democratic Alliance, which is the second largest party in South Africa. In addition, the EFF is not just known in South Africa, but also all around Africa and beyond, and it's all because of the fiery behaviour of Julius Malema, something the ANC called disruptive. According to some experts, the EFF is a force to be reckoned with during the upcoming South African election because, at a time when the ANC seems to be losing electoral support for the EFF has to be steadily rising. According to these experts, the reason for this is that the EFF portrays itself as the true custodian of the values the ANC espoused during the anti-apartheid struggle. The EFF accuses the ANC of having abandoned this agenda, and this is the reason for which the party was formed. This has enabled black South African voters to shift their support from the ANC to the EFF without changing their political orientation. The EFF's message to the public is focused on lands and jobs, and it resonates given the country's history of black land dispossession and stubbornly high unemployment, especially among young people. Julius Malema is indeed a force to be reckoned with. This current suspension from the parliament is definitely not enough to hold him down. The 2024 South African election will definitely be one of the most interesting elections to watch out for, as Julius Malema will be contesting for the position of president. Do you think he has garnered enough force to win and become president of South Africa? Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video.